Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining us in the 9 p.m. live English news edition. Here are the top stories. Interior Minister visits Ausa quarantine center. The American agency hands over equipment and supplies to the Ford Menfor Partners Associations. For the international news, George Floyd's official autopsy report concludes homicide. Hello, welcome to our newsroom for having the news in details. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Marghelli, sent today, Tuesday, a message of congratulations to the President of the Italian Republic, Mr. Sergio Mattarella, whose country is celebrating the anniversary of its National Day. In his congratulatory telegram, President Gele wished Mr. Mattarella health and happiness and further progress, development and prosperity to the friendly Italian people. The government and people of Djibouti also join me in expressing their sympathy and friendship to the Italian people on the occasion of the commemoration to the National Day of your country. The head of state wrote. President Ismail Marghelli continued by saying that we are proud of the continuous development that characterizes the friendly and cooperative relations between our two countries. We also welcome the strategic partnership between the two nations in the area of security and defense. You can be sure, Mr. President, that you will always find with the people and government of Djibouti all the cooperation necessary to strengthen the already privileged ties between our two nations. The President of the Republic noted, reiterating his best wish to all Italian citizens. A similar message was also addressed to the President of the Italian Council, Mr. Giuseppe Conte. Moving on to the national news now, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Salah Abdel Touab, made the daily press briefing on Tuesday, 2nd June 2020. The data as follows. 2,134 tests were performed, 210 cases positive to COVID-19, 86 cases cured, 1 unfortunately death. As for the global result, it declines as follows. 30,394 tests were performed, 3,777 cases positive to COVID-19, 1,607 cases are confirmed cured, and 25 deaths in total. Please continue to call the 1517 and remain vigilant. Please stay at home. Now, the Ministry of Interior, Mumin Ahmed Sheikh, today visited the quarantine center for migrants located in the locality of Ausa in the Al Sabih region, which is managed by ONARS. The ministry was accompanied by a large delegation composed of ONARS Executive Secretary Hussein Hassan Darar, representative of IOM, WFP and UNICEF, as well as the Djibouti Red Crescent Society, Mrs. Stephanie Daviot Mutinta Shimunka and Melva Johnson. The minister and his delegation were welcomed on site by the prefect and president of Al Sabih region, Minister Musa Aden and Omar Ahmed Vaez, Mr. Mumin Ahmed Sheikh, the minister, and official first took care to follow the hand-washing ritual at the entrance of the quarantine center. The delegation then visited the facilities of the new quarantine center for migrants who have signed up for the voluntary repatriation program and are awaiting deportation to their homes in Ethiopia. The ministry and representative of UN agencies discovered the giant tents, sanitary facilities, food stocks, and also the recently established COVID-19 screening centers. The Ethiopian authorities have demanded that all migrants who want to return to the country must undergo this screening test before they can access to the Ethiopian territory, whose border remain closed for the time being. As a result, a massive screening campaign is underway at the quarantine center. At the end of the field visit, the ministry and the UN official spoke with the migrant to hear their grievances, water and food, latrine security, all aspects of living conditions in the center were discussed. The minister and the UN official first explained the procedures underway for the voluntary repatriation of migrants. They were also keen to reassure them that their living condition would improve before the first departures to Ethiopia, once the screening test has confirmed the good health of the migrants eligible for voluntary return. And now this morning, the TNC conference room hosted a screening operation for Federation staff, medical teams, and security officials. FDF President Suleiman Hassan Wabri kicked off the screening initiative. More than 100 people participated in the coronavirus testing program. The objective of this screening will make it possible to assess the health situation of the members of the Federation. The screening operations will continue until July 15. The teams involved in all the championships will also undergo the screening test. The screening operation have been carried out by a medical team of the National Gendarmerie. The Federation thanks the National Gendarmerie and the Ministry of Health for their assistance. Now, the American Agency for International Development, USAID, organized a delivery of office equipment and supplies to the four MENFOP partner association. This event was achieved by the Djiboutian Association Capacity Building Project, PRECADE, and implemented by FHI 360 in the framework of a bilateral cooperation between the United States and Djibouti. PRECADE is in line with the Djibouti 2035 vision, focusing on Pillar 2, good governance, and Pillar 4, consolidation of human capital. To the end, it provides technical assistance to achieve the following results. Djibouti's association in the education and health sector benefits from more effective management. Djibouti's associations strengthen their capacity to promote gender, access to services for all, and the protection of vulnerable population, and Djibouti's association operate in a more favorable environment. PRECADE will thus strengthen Djibouti's association in the education sector to encourage them to become more involved and collaborate more with MENFOP to improve the educational offer. For associations working in the sector, AIDO, Al-Fawza, Muhbani, and UDC will each receive a set of equipment and office supplies to strengthen their intervention capacities. At the end, the beneficiaries presented their thanks to them. It is the beginning of the heat. The young Djiboutians leave the capital to go to their cooler region, as this time the borders are closed because of the COVID-19 virus. Already, as you can see, the first party starts leaving the capital to go to the Dai, Randa, Adailu, and Wema. Passengers take the Lak Asar road to go to the cooler areas. The prefect of Tajura asked the driver of minibus or other buses to be careful and drive normally to avoid road accident. On the other hand, Mr. Ahmed Noor Hassan of the Tajura Gendarmerie explained that they have reinforced road safety, who will make sure that masks are worn to avoid the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Finally, we interviewed Professor Omar Arbiso. In his interview, he wished the vacationer a warm welcome in Randa. And now we regret to announce you the death of Ahmed Ghayat Asowi yesterday following a heart attack. The deceased was born in 1944 and was a founding member of the cat importer company Sojik. The deceased Ahmed Ghayat Asowi leaves behind 2 widows, 16 children, and 11 grandchildren. Upon learning of this departure, the members of the Sojik company, all the staff of the RTD, addressed their more sincere condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased, and prayed the most merciful to have pity on his soul and to welcome him into his eternal paradise. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raj'un. Moving on into the world news now, the autopsy ordered by George Floyd's family concluded death by compression of the back, neck, and asphyxiation, and a more damning version than the official autopsy, which also suggested health problems and possible substances in Floyd's body. Derek Chauvin, the police officer implicated in the death of the 46-year-old African-American, had his badge taken away. He is awaiting trial in federal prison for manslaughter. George Floyd's death a week ago in Minneapolis led to dozens of protests and several days of riots across the United States. In Washington, 100 people have been arrested since Sunday for vandalism and looting. A night curfew has been imposed until Wednesday, an emergency measure chosen by about 20 major cities, including New York. The National Guard has been deployed in several states, and Donald Trump attacked the governors weak and unable to stop the rioters. Radical leftist. 2 days ago, he had said in a message withdrawn by Twitter that the looters will be received by bullets. This is it for this edition of 9 p.m. Thank you for watching us and have a wonderful night.